Many years ago, before my wife and I were the tenants, our current home was broken into. This recently came up in a conversation with my neighbor, and that same evening after we spoke, I went upstairs, and at the top of the staircase, I just sort of stood frozen. I had had a realization that left me feeling quite a bit of discomfort and unease. The walls around me felt heavy. They felt like they were pregnant with memory. I realized that the hallway I was in had once been occupied by thieves. At one point in time, at a specific moment in the past, the stairs that were now creaking under my feet had creaked under theirs. The walls that enclosed me had enclosed them. That feeling, that awareness made me reflect a little bit about the way I think about space, and my modern mind, shaped by its own 21st century ideas, felt a new feeling that was really a rather old feeling, actually. But the more I thought about it, the origin of this feeling, the more I kept coming back to the same idea, which is that the room, the home, it felt haunted. I've been able to extract some ideas and value from this situation, and in this video I'd like to share some of that metaphysical medicine with you. To the contemporary mind, this sense that something lingers in a place because of past actions might seem like just a self-induced illusion, right? Like as if the shadow of the mind is projecting something outward onto the space. But this feeling of unease, this kind of feeling of a haunting, this is a feeling that the pre-modern mind would not have dismissed so easily. The medieval man or woman understood that a place was more than just the materials that it's made out of, and spaces bear the weight of what transpires in them. This is actually such an obvious part of our daily lives that we actually don't often see it. So suppose a man, we'll call him Johnny, defecates on the graves and tombstones of strangers. In the final analysis, isn't he really just spreading one material over another? This may be the modern temptation, right? To say something like, yes, we don't really like what Johnny's actions represent to the memory of our loved ones, but if you take us out of the picture and you take our memories of our loved ones away and you reduce the event to its most basic elements, then did Johnny really do anything wrong? In my conversation with Jonathan Peugeot, he calls this kind of reduction the nihilist trick.
You want to understand the new atheist trick, or like the materialist trick, the nihilist trick. It's very simple, and it doesn't take much once you understand it. All you have to do is reduce a united being to its components, and you don't have to do it. You have to do it just one level. Someone says something is meaningful, and then you say, oh, that's just like a human being is just a bunch of chemicals. Whatever it is that you're doing that's meaningful, they'll just reduce it to its elements. It's like shaking hands. What you just touch people. We just touch our hands together. That's what we're doing. And this is the trick, is that all the elements you bring it down to are also meaningful and symbolic and ritualized. You would have to like go all the way down, right? It's like you could always say about everything, oh, it's just a quantum field or whatever. It's just a field of possibility. Everything's just a field of possibility. Usually you can just do it one step. So it's like if you really want to be Mr. Cynical, that's all you need to do. A story in the Bible, or some guy gets nailed to a cross, he dies, and he comes back to life. Like, that's it. That's your religion. Seriously.
So this line of thinking makes the human being seem like a projector. We project value and meaning. We throw it out onto a dead, dull, dormant, and neutral world. My own set of emotions and feelings about reality are the alpha and the omega. Yes, Johnny did something strange and unhygienic, but did he do something wrong? And if the world out there is really just a blank canvas that we project things onto, then is the place we call a cemetery really any more sacred than the waiting room in a strip club? And if so, at base, I can't really justify being upset with Johnny when he deliberately and with foul intent takes a shit on the grave of someone's son. He didn't really do anything wrong, did he? Now, you might be upset with me for using such a strong example to make this point, but I'm trying to irritate your conscience. Focusing in on the medieval mind, there is a world out there, and it's beyond our cruel cranial confinements. The medieval mind has long ago built a bridge between our internal experience and the external world, and it is an act of faith to assume that your thoughts have any relationship to reality at all. But if you accept that they do, and you allow yourself to cross that bridge, you will find a reality to explore beyond the self. And this is why, to the medieval man, Johnny has done something wrong. He has offended an order of goodness and beauty and truth that's greater than his own personal whims and defecatory desires. Battlefields and execution sites and churches and burial grounds, these aren't just beige, empty sections of land. They hold metaphysical weight. The space itself is infused with the residue of consecration or desecration or defilement. It may be hallowed or haunted. And this is why in the domestic realm, the Catholic Church has long practiced the ritual of blessing a home in order to reorient the space back towards the greatest virtue, the highest good, God. In a sense, just like you and me, we can be marked by darkness. A place can be marked by darkness. It can also be reclaimed by light. And it's funny, as modern people, we might laugh at this idea of cursed places, like of the idea that you would avoid a cursed place. But the real estate agent still hesitates before she informs the potential buyer about the family that was murdered in the bedroom or the man who jumped off of the balcony. The spirits of the space, if you will, still deter potential buyers who have no relation to the murder. We still wish that the dead rest in peace, we still leave flowers on their graves, and we still even provide moments of silence. And we might think that we really do these things only for ourselves, for our benefit, for the living and not for the dead. But I think that's only half of the story. We're still swimming in the same symbolic water as those who came before us, except we're much worse at swimming than they were because we deny the water. It should come as no surprise for me to say that we did get a Catholic priest to come in and to bless the home. Speaking of space, let me now fill up this internet space with 2 words: like and subscribe. If you enjoyed this content, if you want to see more videos like this, please let me know in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. What do you think? Do you think spaces are just empty? Do you think it's all a projection of the mind? Do you think there's a little bit of both? Let me know what you think. This is the Apothecary. I hope you found this video helpful, and I want to say a big thank you to you for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.